This is how I made a wig basically defy gravity. Woo. Okay, so I separated my wigs into the different parts. This is the piece that's on the side of the face. These are the pieces that are going to be swooped onto this area. And then we have over here another section of hair that's going to be for the side of the face. And then we have the little curl at the top of the head. And then these are just like miscellaneous curls to make it look a little messy. If you want to know where I got the products that I used to style this wig, they're both the brand Got to Be Glued. It is definitely recommended by pretty much every cosplayer when it comes to wig styling. It holds, it looks great. Trust me, this is the brand that you should go to. When I use hairspray, usually I use some kind of like cardboard to kind of avoid spraying on the extra parts of hair that I have. You know, shaping the hairpiece how I want, and then I'll spray it and wait for it to dry. You can see the marks from the shape of the hairpiece on the cardboard. Okay, so the plan for the gravity defying bangs, I'm using like this bent piece of cardboard to kind of hold it up like this when I'm applying the hairspray. Okay, so this is kind of what we're working with. I think it's gravity defying-ish. Okay, so I wanted this middle piece to be wider than the rest. It gave it a lot more hair, but to make sure that it got like that wider, more distinct look, I made sure to do the roots first with some of this like spiking glue. And so the roots are flat, and you know how like when you pull it to the side, it kind of just like becomes thinner like this? I want to make sure this doesn't happen with the middle, because if it starts looking thin, it's going to make it look like the bangs are very thin and you're just going to see way too much forehead and it might look ugly. So I'm going to secure this with the spiking glue, and then once I'm confident in how it looks and confident that it's dry, then I'm going to use this again like what I did for this piece. Okay, it's wet, but this is what we're working with so far. I so hope this does not look messy. I'm not necessarily like the best person when it comes to styling wigs. This feels like it could go either very right or very wrong. God, it does not look like caca-doo-doo. It actually looks decent so far. I am defying gravity with this hairdo. I kept the base of the hair kind of sticking together, and then the tips kind of separated for about like 2 different sections, so it looks fuller. I don't know. I hope it works. Oops. I might have overdone it with the hairspray a little bit. This is how it's looking. I think it looks really good. Use your spiking glue and put it at the base of the hairs to keep it structured, and for the tips of the hairs to make it all pointed and look anime-like. I'm also going at the spiking gel and putting it to flatten any of the stray hairs, especially on the back, and keeping it flat. Makeup time! Late night makeup. This is what I'm doing for my makeup. So I'm gonna be using this green eyeshadow and kind of shape around my eyelid, and then inside of that we're gonna go with some yellow. I know it looks really weird now, but I feel like usually when I put makeup on, my face gets really drowned out by the color from the wig. I know it looks a little crazy, but have faith. I think that it's gonna work. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. After, I'm going with some black eyeshadow because I do not own any eyeliner. Right under my bottom lid at the top, I'm going with some white eyeliner so that my eyes kind of pop. I know I look very emo right now, but by the end it's gonna look much better than how it currently looks. I really wanted to get creative with my eye makeup this time and doing my blush, and then all I really gotta do is some contour and we're good. It looks pretty good, I think. I don't know, I'm still experimenting with makeup. Here's the fit. Just ignore the fact that I don't have the skirt. The funny part is that out of all the problems I thought I was gonna have, it defying gravity a little too much was not what I was expecting. I'm going to film TikToks and then tell you what I think. Hair 360! Ignore the messy floor. Shake test! He is not moving. I'm sorry, I cannot give this video the energy it needs because it's literally like 4 a.m. and I did amazing on this wig, but also people are asleep. Right now, I am cosplaying Emma from the Promised Neverland, and I think I did a great job. Here's the character if you have no idea what I'm talking about. When you are styling a wig, or if you're using any kind of products that will be airborne, like sprays and stuff, I definitely recommend going into a room that is either very ventilated, so windows open, doors open, preferably a big room and not a small condensed room, or to go outside when the day is really nice. That way you're not breathing all of that in because it's just not healthy. Even after already spraying all of the separate pieces of hair and sectioning it off, just for good measure, I made sure I sprayed the roots, I sprayed underneath the wig. I recommend making sure you wash those wigs because they get smelly. But if you want to avoid that, you can use one of those like old school methods of using like vodka or like, I think it's like isopropyl alcohol. Just spray your wigs, or even any of your sewing projects, just spray that if they're really delicate. If you like this video talking about cosplay or wig styling or anything like that, I have a playlist filled with a lot of my other cosplay stuff. If you really like anime, I talk about a lot of anime and commentary and recommendations. Thank you for watching this video, and I suck at outros. Woo!